Hey, what's up, guys? This is Scott here at the Furriers channel, and we have a few figures that we picked up, but some of them were kind of sitting around too. Some of them are already open. Um, More of a Batman theme today because obviously we have some Batman here, uh, which was pretty awesome with these McFarlane figures. Is they all have cloth capes, and the Robins that have been coming out have cloth capes also, which I'm a pretty big fan of cloth capes now, especially what they're doing with the wires in them and stuff. These two Batmans here are obviously already open. All the extra hands and little whatnots that came with it are all put away. Uh, I believe this. I think it's a '66 Batman. It's '60s, whatever. This one came with like 3 sets of hands plus what he had already on, which were just the two fists and a few little knickknacks that would be from the TV show from the '60s. And then this, I believe this is a Rebirth Batman. He just came with another extra set of hands. I think there was something else that came with it, but I just put it away. Um, but the cool thing, I didn't realize this till I opened it. It has wire in the cape also, and I have a couple of the Robins I picked up too. Trying to remember, one's from the Nightfall, and then I have another one. I can't remember what era it exactly is from. And then we got this new Robin that was from the Batman and Robin comics, which I didn't collect any of these. I think when there was the Death of a Family run, I had a few of the issues because I think these tied in with that series back. I can't remember when that was, in 2010, 2012, something like that. I can't remember the exact year. But yeah, I figured we'd pop this one open. Uh, Also, check out these Batmans here. I don't know if anybody's picked up any of these McFarlane Batmans here lately, which we know McFarlane is pretty well known for releasing Batmans, but this one, the Adam West Batman, was definitely one on my radar. I really wanted to kind of get into that line, but it was, I think they're 6 inch with the less articulation and stuff like that. But I missed that whole window, and I was like, well, maybe one day they'll release the 7 inch, which we have here, and I must say, uh, pretty awesome figure. Oh, his little stand. I tell you one thing, it was a beast trying to get these stands in their pegs. But yeah, I did the two fingers, the guys where he did the bat dance. Um, Same articulation as all the other ones. Um, I don't know. It's pretty awesome figure. The only negative I can say about this one is when you get it out, if you're gonna notice the cape. I don't know if it's just mine or if they're all like that, but it's a little bit long. I don't remember the Adam West version Batman's cape being that long. It seems like I remember it being shorter. But it's still a good looking cape. It's got the wire in it and everything. I grew up watching the Adam West Batman back in the day. I've got the Blu-ray box set, and I've tried going back and watching it. Eh, Sometimes it's a little overly campy, but it was great for when I was a kid. I remember watching the episodes of that, and literally, like a lot of them, seemed like, if I remember correctly, they would end with like a kind of a cliffhanger sometimes, and I would always be ready to watch the whatever. I think it was on every day just about back then, because then it was like reruns. My head looks glossy. I'm rubbing my head and I'm like, am I that glossy? But um, must say this is a definite pickup if you're picking up McFarlane figures. If not, well, I understand some of the problems people have with McFarlane. Some the way the legs are, still going with the pins. This Rebirth Batman, though, I think I would have liked to see it. He might have it also with the gray and blue, because I always loved that color scheme in the comics from the late 80s into the early 90s there. But this is still a good looking Batman figure. The cape is also cloth, like I said earlier. I don't know, this is like kind of, I don't know what kind of texture that is, what you would call that. It is, like I said, it is wired. All the same articulation as usual with McFarlane figures. The ankles, I've noticed, aren't as ball ankle looking like, you know, how a lot of his earlier figures are, which I still have some of those. Um, all in all, though, it's a great Batman figure. I have the Nightfall figure, and that's definitely not a. I mean, that figure that's pretty sweet figure. I've got it over there with that Robin and that Bane, that first Bane they released. I'm still debating if at some point, if I'm going to I'm looking for my knife. I don't have it over here. If I want to get that 2-pack at some point, because the Bane is a little bit different. Oh, there it is, right there. A little bit different than that one. That Bane kind of reminds me of more of the Arkham series. I don't remember if that's what Bane looked like in the Arkham series, but that's what it kind of reminds me of. Still a good looking Bane figure. One of the dogs are coming down the stairs making a ruckus there, trying to scare me. I'm all alone today. All the kids are at a parade that's about over, and I obviously just got home from work. So, let's see if we can't bust this bad boy open. I thought maybe these boxes were like resealable. If anybody's watching and they see me doing it and they're like, no, I'm just like, well, it's too late now. Because I've already tore into the sucker. I guess this is a comic book in here. This is the first one of these like clamshelly kind of figures that I've picked up. And this thing is a son of a biscuit eater to try to open. Oh, and the comic book's getting all kind of spine ticks right now. Oh, look at that, I done did it. Oh well, I don't think this is like a reprint, probably. That I don't know. It should say usually. Yeah, I'm sure it is. I'm sure they didn't pick up a whole bunch of original issues. I'm sure it's a reprint, but it's kind of cool to have. First issue, Batman and Robin. I like that all black DC deal right there. And our typical McFarlane business with our stand. Says DC and a card, which is a little dented there. I've got a binder I've been keeping all these cards in, so I don't know why. I don't know what I think I'm doing keeping them, because are they going to be worth anything, or am I really into? I collect some cards, but these, I don't know. Maybe somebody will be like, oh, I need those. And I'll be like, oh, sure, here you go. I still got some of the cards of the figures I sold. Trying to think of which ones. They were the Metal Series. Those Metal Series figures, which that run of comics was very enjoyable. Really messed up, but really good. Don't think we'll ever see a movie like that. Maybe we'll do like some animated thing, some Elseworlds animated. All right, we're getting this Robin out here. I'm just busting him out, and for the first time, I must say, messing with a McFarlane figure, the plastic is. You ever notice with McFarlane figures, it's like a hard plastic, they feel like? This one almost reminds me of the way a Marvel Legends feels. That kind of gummy. And you get those legs that'll end up bending a little bit. yes, this box is not getting saved at all. So I don't know if, is there a way to open these to reseal them? I don't know. The sword is that crappy McFarlane material. I don't know. It's, if you got that steel figure he did, that hammer is just stupid. There, we got the broken pig mask. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. Just lay it to the side of his feet or something. Great looking Robin figure. I really debated on getting this one because I already have 1, 2, 3 Robin figures. But this one really goes with that Rebirth one. I felt as if it did. And this one also, if you notice, even in like the animated stuff, he's got a hood. Let's see if we can get it on there. It's got a lot of room in it. I mean, that's a really good looking Robin figure. I mean, the hood goes on, really nice. That lighting is just terrible there. We'll get up there and you can see a little, it'll go on there a little more, I think. And his sword, oh, he's even got the little guards there on his arm. If you can see that there, yeah. All in all, he kind of has his ab crunch underneath his vest there. I was kind of wondering about that when I was looking at it. It can move very limited. It's got limited movement for sure. So let's see. That's one thing I can't stand about some of these. It's like you almost need to get like somebody else making these weapons for McFarlane figures, because I'm telling you, man, they are freaking garbage. And I love Todd McFarlane. I'm not talking trash about him per se. It's just the some of the stuff they do with their figures. I mean, good price point, you know. I mean, compared to, you know, Marvel Legends, which I do pick up a lot of Legends, but man, it's just, like that just soft plastic is just annoying. But all in all, a great looking Robin, man. I'm telling you, I've been really pleased with the past couple of Batmans I picked up. The Affleck Batman, I really raved about that one. That was the cloth cape one that's just recently released. Great figure. Definite pickup on that one. This Robin, if you don't have any, and this is the newer age Robin, if you're my age, Robin wasn't so childlike looking. Like, he looks like literally like a 13 or 14-year-old straight up, with the size he is. I guess that's kind of the point. I don't know. Oh, look at that. We got a little spot on the cape there. At least it's in the back. But the cape is even wired. I mean, McFarlane, ooh. I don't know what's going on or what's changing, but a lot of these figures have been really good looking. Like I said, this is a pickup, especially if you don't have a Robin and you're younger and you know this Robin better than the one we grew up, especially through the Nightfall series there back in the, I think it was like 80, late. It was around the death of Superman. It was when Bane broke the bat. So maybe in the 90s, 80. I can't remember. Once you start getting on up there, you kind of just, you'll see when you get older if you're younger and you see this. But yeah, definite pickup on the Robin. We're gonna sit him over to the side here, and we'll check out. One thing I will say about this Batman, which I keep saying, I'm pretty sure it's Rebirth. The bat emblem on his chest, I don't really like the way it just looks painted on there. I like the way, which there was some other complaints with some of his other figures back then, but where it was kind of bumped up a little bit, where it almost seemed like it was a separate piece of armor there or something. So, but that's the only complaint on this one. This is a really good looking Batman. He's got some, what is that? Some like brass bat knuckles or whatever you want to call them. But like I said, great looking figure. We had a few other pickups that piled up. That's DC McFarlane, because I said in the last video, I forgot what we were opening. I think it's like Conan or something like that. I said I'd had some other figures that had been kind of just sitting, and I wanted to get. I'll eventually open them too at some point. Also, eventually, I'm going to make some shelf space. I'm really debating on maybe selling some stuff to make some room and just, you know, make it a little smaller, because I know I can put them away in one of my containers, but man, it's just something about them just sitting and you're not really using them, and they're just kind of sitting. They're just going to get kind of forgotten a little bit. I've done that with movies. Granted, they're not all put away, but I got so many Blu-rays and DVDs I've freaking double bought before, because you kind of forget, because they're just kind of put away on the shelves. And when you got a lot of movies, that's why I catalog my movies on my phone now. There's an app, which just go on there and make sure I haven't bought it. But this is one I seen at the mall. It's a Cyborg, and I believe this is a Rebirth. Yeah, DC Rebirth. Not opening this one today, but it was a pickup at the mall. The only thing I'll say about this one is, looking at it from here, I think his skin tone could be a little bit lighter if you wanted to go exactly by the artwork, but it's McFarlane. There's some things that will happen that you'll see in the figures, and you're kind of like, ah. And this one I did pick up a while back. I saw it at Target, which is funny because there was two of them. I guess what you call a chase figure. I think he was wearing pink or something like that. Different color trench coat jacket thingy. Looking back, I should have just picked both of them up, because I just don't think you're going to see very many figures like this come out, especially of Captain Boomerang there. But when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's a cool looking figure. It looks really good. It comes with 2 sets of hands and 2 boomerangs. And it's not cloth, but it's not plastic either. The jacket, like vinyl. That's kind of like what some of these capes kind of feel like sometimes. Good looking figure though. This one, I can't remember when I got this one. This was a good looking figure too. Saw it at Target. Penguin. Classic Penguin at that. I'm wanting to get like more classic villains, like that Riddler, which I keep seeing, but I keep passing it up because it seems like every time I see it, I'm like, I just don't have the money to spend on that right now. I'm gonna have to wait. And I think they're doing a Joker, a classic Joker, because pretty much seems like all the Jokers McFarlane's released, I just haven't been satisfied with them. Like, comic book wise, just I don't know what the deal is with that getting. I'm sure with doing these like the Penguin and the Riddler, I'm sure the Joker will be next. It's just kind of funny why I don't know. I say his company does that. Like, you know, this is the figure that people want more than, I mean, Penguin's it's a great looking figure, don't get me wrong. I remember seeing Riddler first and then the Penguin, and I was like, why didn't Joker come out? Why didn't a classic looking Joker come out before then? They just holding out, just kind of dangling the carrot or something like that. I mean, we're going to buy it, right? So anyways, that was it. I wanted to get that Robin open and sit him up there with this new Batman. I wanted to show off the 66 Batman. If you haven't, kind of the same mindset as I did, you see those figures, that I think they're 6-inch, that line, and you're just like, I don't feel like that. This is great, because I mean, if he had a Robin, I'd probably pick that up and that'd be good, just with the Batman and Robin. I don't need all the villains from that show, which they did a really good job on releasing pretty much about all of them. I think I remember seeing quite a few of the his villain list. So, anyways, great pickup. Pick up the Robin, 66 Batman, Rebirth, definite pickups. So if you pick up McFarlane, if you don't do McFarlane, I kind of get it. So the only thing is, if you want DC figures, the only problem is, other than McFarlane, from what I've seen, there's other stuff, Hot Toys, but that's really getting up there. Mafex, which they're good looking figures. The only thing I'll say about Mafex, all of them that I've seen have looked pretty good. The only one that I've watched, who was that? I can't remember who I watched the review on it, on the Bane figure, and he was kind of raving about it, but I was just like, no, I don't, I don't think so. It's okay looking. It's just weirdly proportioned to me. I don't know why. I guess because of all the articulation and it being a bigger figure. I don't know. I think it was, who was that? I'm going to drive myself crazy trying to think about who did that review. I know there was a bunch of reviews out there, I'm sure of it. But anyways, I'm going way off topic. I don't know where I'm going with this. But this is kind of what we have. Great price point. Like I said, I do have a few. I got 2 Mafex figures. And the only reason I have those 2 is I've never been satisfied with Legends Magneto or their Psylocke. So I got those 2 Mafex figures from, I think I got off the Nerdzoic site. I had a Firm account because you know how much Mafex is. So you just kind of pay, like, I think it's like every 2 weeks or every month or something like that. And that's the only reason I got the Mafex figures. So anyways, that's all. Y'all have a good one. Tomorrow's Friday, going into the weekend. Y'all have a good one. Later.